Scene. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another scene set in the apocalypse rage across New York. This evening, this evening. I'm playing too much vampire. Today, this afternoon, uh, we set this scene in the middle of the set. Unfortunately, uh, not in the midst of dinner time in either the lovely residences of Jacob of a Warder, but on the Sept. Unfortunately, the Sept has been at war for a fair degree of time, and the Warder has found himself very busy. So plans have been altered for Jacob and Co. And Jacob has gone off to meet the Warder for a meeting of sorts and to discuss many different matters.
The You see Warder in front of one of the local bonars, and the bonar is like, the Raya. We track these Banes, and they like we killed most of the Blood Banes. The Weaver is also attacking them now, so it is kind of going very well. And boss, I beg your pardon. Sorry, Raya. The murder hobo said, "Do I look like murder hobo to you?" No, no, Raya. Um, so we basically tracked them towards the Staten Island, and in the Staten Island, we towards the Staten Island. Sorry, we saw some wolf marks, paws. Return to your duty. Okay, Raya. And then the warder turns towards Jacob. Jacob sees like his face is healing. Probably there won't be any permanent damage, but he does not ask for healing from anybody. As he looks at Jacob,
Jacob will bow in submission.
Jacob Clay,
I came to speak with you. I've heard we've had some matters to discuss.
yes. How is Simon? Pardon. How is Aegis?
Not taking the news particularly well, but is taking it about as well as one of his auspice can take it.
If he wants to find and do anything about it, the Sept supports his actions. Of course, I would be happy if he informs Wormfell and does this, or in a cooperation. At the same time, he's still expected to do his guardian duties.
Understood. I intend to aid him in his pursuit. I intend to exhaust every contact I have in tracking down his kidnapper. Sorry,
He
his
nods.
girlfriend's kidnapper.
Please, come and walk with me.
Of course.
The They will go to the Umbra. Pardon, they will go to Fianna Castle. And Warder basically will just tell everybody to fuck off. Like he is like he will say it in a really nice way, really etiquetely, and like basically you're all dismissed.
Yeah.
And like you see, like all the kinfolk is just like leaving. He doesn't give a shit. Like there's this absolute authority in him that is like Murder Hobo was really nice to everybody and shit. Like this guy is not. He doesn't take his job like in a night. Like he does takes his job very seriously.
Hmm.
He will like pull you, like not pull you, but he will lead towards one of the rooms, and he will say, "Close the door, please."
See who closes the door.
There is a map, and Jacob has seen umbral maps in the past. Has
Probably.
he?
Um, I've never recalled it being mentioned, but I guess it depends on like if he's been at like war council meetings, probably.
The You have been in the war council meeting, but the this is like very detailed one,
Okay.
and like he basically like shows you the maps in America, and there's another American map, and he just pulls the like there were marks in umbral maps, and then you see like he marks them in the American map, and he says while the east and the west side of the America is has a lot of cairns, the middle, except Nebraska, does not have a lot of
Hmm.
cairns and septs. The Remember the darkness that has appeared right at doorstep, and the
Pardon. What?
Theurges basically dispatched this darkness.
Hmm.
The murder hobo was giving me reports, and he said that because of the darkness, we couldn't see our borders. I feel that this caused this spirals to arrive, but there's also another reason for the spirals to arrive. They're trying to keep us here. This has been informed with Vernful, and he has been told to share with this nobody until the right time arrives, and I will share it with you because you're an Adrian. I did not share this with Tailsinger yet. She is already under the Adon Lynch, the liquid virtue. So when the time comes, she will be informed. There is an army of Banes that appeared in Louisiana,
I
and
see.
they're moved to Oklahoma, Kansas, and they're going to Nebraska, to the Pure Heart Cairn. It's a Wendigo and Children of Gaia sept. These Banes are numerous. And after we handle this black spiral problem, some of the forces, which at the moment, in my opinion, Striders and the Seekers, will have to aid the the Sept under the orders of High King himself, the Silver King himself. The two packs will leave with one of the packs in the tree cairn, and they will defend. There's an Afro in the tree cairn called Smells the Fear, a Shadow Lord. He has been asked to lead these two packs, with his pack, of course. So, while this is something that will happen in the future, I have heard that you have been doing a lot of investigations regarding the this wormish influence called full force solutions.
Hmm.
Report regarding that. I would like to have one. I have that one.
A lot of the information I have on Full Force currently is fairly dated. They've had dealings with the police force in the past to try and contain the sept using using incidents that were that partially they manufactured, and also incidents where the Veil was at risk to push City Hall into employing their services to protect the park. After that, they aligned with Black Spiral Kin and a Black Spiral dancer in particular, the one known as OC. Was his name Osip? That was the Kin, I think.
It was a kin was the OSIP.
Yeah,
There
yeah, yeah.
wasn't Black Spiral
It
Dancer. There
wasn't
was a
Black
guy named
Spiral.
Lion who turned out to
So
be
I'll just say Black Spiral Kin.
there was
Kinfolk.
a go on. Sorry.
The one known as OSIP, having them basically enforce uh, his will and the will of his Black Spiral masters, as there was something of an internal division between the dancers at the time, and they were committing about as many murders on themselves as there were other people. Dancer packs were going missing. They had employed first teams from Full Force equipped with silver ammunition. OSIP was killed quite some time ago, and his full force teams were arrested before that and were thrown in jail for for the numerous instances of murder. Um, the contact I used to accomplish that was the Black Sparkin, who is also dead. He was known as a Mason. He was part of the Russian mafia. As of right now, I'm not entirely sure what they've been doing. They've gone to, I wouldn't say they've gone to ground, but they've been much more quiet. I may have to inquire further. Part of my concerns are where they're getting their equipment from. Like Macedon, I think they may be a subsidiary of a larger corporation. I've heard the name Pentex thrown around. It's possible it all comes back to one organization.
The Have your cousin told you how she was captured?
Yes. I know Pentex was involved in that as well.
The Silver King has been very active. I was in his court as an Adrian, and after I become Afro, I have been sent here. Oh, see, that sounds like a demotion to you.
Oh, yeah.
um,
Mother Larissa shakes fist.
he says the as he found out there's a new problem. They're creating something called hunters. They're extremely dangerous and quite powerful. The My orders, and therefore your and the orders of the Wormfo, is really simple. I want these things to be exterminated with extreme caution. If they're seen, they need to be killed. We don't know what they're capable of yet, but caution and with a bit of luck, I am sure that they will be, the forces of the Sev will be able to kill that thing or kill those things. The a ratkin recently, is he like when he says ratkin, he has this like distaste in his face, on his face. He does not hide it. Informed that the forces of the worm are creating a disease. You have any knowledge regarding this?
Would Jacob have any knowledge regarding this? This is the first time I've heard about it.
No. It's
No.
it's literally the first time you hear about it.
Yeah.
Can you roll me wits alertness or wits investigation?
Ooh, yes. For some reason, I don't have Discord open. Why am I done? Discord is ensuring the dankest means. Here we go. Okay. Which dice roll?
Werewolf, man. I didn't open the scene, but you can roll it right now.
Oh no, it's just that someone made a roll there 2 minutes ago.
Fine, werewolf. Then let me check it. God damn it.
I'll just do it in dice roller one.
Okay. Open the scene and do it in the dice roller one.
I'll roll better now though. 4 successes, no specialty.
You have
Other than
an
coordinate.
individual in the Glasswalker camp that you have been learning the worm lore. You can still ask him these questions if you need to, or if he is informed. It's a far stretch, but it may be a good start for you to create your own investigation. Because you told me like he puts everything in like different cases and like create different investigations and leads and shit. So like that can be a start for you. And he says, I want this Bane army to be a secret. Only you and Aiden know this right now. And he doesn't say Aiden, sorry. Only you and Wicked Virtue knows this for a while. For a while, it's going to be take a while after I will have make an howl to the sept. Other than that, I may have to send you, along with Saoirse, the Screams the Huntsman Fury, to the court.
I see.
She has told me that there are differences and difference in opinions and whatever between seekers and striders. I will say I simply expect everybody to work. And if there are problems, there are reasons. There's a reason why we challenge each other.
I think our better judgment will weigh out in the face of an army of Banes. As much as I
The
have my differences with the Seekers, they've been much more muted as of late.
muted?
Yeah, much less prominent, much less significant. Basically, yeah. It means they've basically been kind of not really present. You know, they haven't been
What do you
dealing with their
mean?
differences. What Jacob's trying to say is,
No, like go ahead. He wants to understand more, so like he says,
oh,
what do you
okay.
mean?
Oh, and that we haven't had any conflicts as of late.
A shuttle lord who tried to sneak attack to Altani is dead.
Hmm.
He has died in the war with the Bane. I have been told that this sept is pretty liberal and they don't they look down upon the tribal conflicts.
Because of
I do not like certain things. I am sure you don't like certain things. I am sure seekers do not like certain things. But we all have to do and give sacrifices for Gaia. I don't need to say this to you, as I have heard many things regarding you. But I just wanted to make sure you heard it from me.
No, I understand. I'll get to work looking into this disease and tracking down these hunters. I also intend to track down Robin's friends. They were taken by Pentex as well. I may need
Kin?
to. I don't think so. I do need to contact her
Well,
family immediately, though. I don't think they've been informed.
the family has been informed by my Ragabash. When there is a new cub, my Ragabash, who studied law along with science, contacts with the families and talks very nicely with them. But it would be very good if they see their own family as well. Oh, see, that's a set policy that I don't want players to be like, cra- feel crazy on, if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
Like, Sept informs them, but you will still have to be like, like you look after them. They're like the Ragabash only goes there because he doesn't have a lot of rage. It doesn't scare anybody. That's like the what Sept does. There's an individual in the Sept who is basically goes there and talks with these families because
Hmm.
they don't want to send a rune or a Galliard to do the talking. The If these individuals are not kin, it should be a low priority, sadly. But I expect working relationship with the other packs. I expect this from every pack. And the Wormfo Liquid Virtue. Many things that the leadership power, is for power, while it is a responsibility. And I hope that you will do and represent us very good with your new status in the Sept.
I'll most assuredly put it to good use. I actually intend to take my Afro challenge next month.
He nods. Anything else?
Nothing else. The challenge between 10 Point and the Truth Catcher is resolved in the Truth Catcher's favour. But I haven't had any other challenges or major conflicts to mediate.
He
That,
nods. You
that's what's
kind of
happening.
understand.
Mm.
Go on, go on.
There is one more issue. Captain Flint of Staten Island is seriously worm tainted. Considering how long he's lasted, I don't think he's a 4 more, but he's definitely in league with Wormish forces and getting very close to taking him down. The only issue is up until this point within the police force, I've been working fairly covertly. Taking him out would give me away. I'm looking or trying to create a situation where I can hit the woman very hard and very quickly when I reveal myself. Spook them. And tend to do the same with what they've attempted to do to Robin. I don't want to make them scared of trifling with us. To think twice before they do so.
The When I was in the king's court, the king wanted to do the same. He wanted to create this a great move that will put a lot of worm corporations into despair. But while we tried our best to handle this problem, the corporations have been there for more than 50 years, has enough sway to handle most problems. We wanted to show this um, great um, what was the name of the word? I'm sorry, I'm thinking deals that has been done behind the law. There were a lot of cops or there were a lot of lawyers who were taking money from these companies. So we put in certain individuals who are kin forward, and to with the help of glasswalkers, we found many files. But the problem is when we put this individual, um, those who are captured by the normal human society and the cops of the human society question those who were captured. And all of them start to say that they were paying money to all those who they found in paper, plus the individuals we put in. So human society had also had to turn those skin that we put forward. I'm not saying that the you can't do. I feel the word Sillerfang means there's always another way. There's always another way. I just say that the hopefully you will do this, but keep this story in mind.
Well, I'm well aware I'm dealing with what's very much a David versus Goliath situation. So I need to tread very carefully. My concern isn't really for myself. It's clear they're trying to aim at the people who are they're aiming at the people who are close to me, not myself.
He
If I'm
nods.
revealed further, my concern is for my wife and my parents.
Sacrifice. We are leaders. Gaia has created us to lead the Garu nation. I also have a wife who met with your wife, and I believe they're close friends. It is sad that how Worm is so vile. So we have to do everything that we already do and sadly risk our families.
Nothing else, I can at least reduce that risk. But that is all from me.
Then you're dismissed, Jacob Clay.
Until next time. And he will politely bow and go to leave.
When you leave, you will see like the Fiannakin is in front of this fucking Fianna and Child the Gaiakin is basically like in front of this castle, and he gets like leaves after 2 minutes after do, and he can say, "You may enter now," to those skins, and they enter.
Jacob will go on his way, and yeah, I think that's a good place for us to.
Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
You can't press a button.
If only people could see the Google chat right now. God damn it! Yeah, thank you. Storyteller for storytelling, and thank you watchers for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Damn fucking jailbreaker.